What's everybody up to today? Y'all, your girl is I am on the roll, guys. Shout out to everybody who has been watching my content, who has been commenting on my content, all my new followers. You make an old woman feel kind of good, for real, for real. Shout out to all of you guys watching the replay at work, at home, getting dinner ready, whatever it is that you may or may not be doing right now. If you're just in bed, just chilling, just listening as you fall asleep. That's what I do sometimes. I'll turn on a podcast or turn on a live from one of the homies and I'll let it play because sometimes I just need some background noise when I go to sleep and I'll be listening to it. And then if I wake up because I didn't listen to it all, I'll come back and rewind. But guys, we got a good show tonight. Um, I have a little some of everything for you guys. We have an update on the David case. Well, I'm working on an update on the David case, so I'll be talking about that. It's a lot of stuff that goes in line with that. My kids know who this David guy is. I never heard of him. He's a youngin', 20 years old. So I didn't know a lot about him, but apparently all the kids know who David is. And they were aware of his song, Romantic Homicide, just weird stuff. And my daughter said, when I heard it, I thought it was weird. She said, I stopped singing it because it just gave me a bad vibe. And I'm like, hmm. So the kids know these different people, and they know that he liked to hang out on Discord and all of that stuff. So we also got an update on Rihanna, who is said to just have already had her baby. So we're going to talk about that. Um, some Cardi B tea with her and her new guy, Stephon. And is Cardi's new album a flop? We're going to get into all of that. Plus, Jimmy Kimmel, is he back or what? What's going on? Is he back and will he be censored? What's going on with that, right? What else? Did I get everybody? Did I say everything? Oh, and DDG. DDG's been creeping over there on his baby mama's sister's TikTok. Like, DDG, like, that's weird. Don't you got a restraining order on you? Okay, so we're gonna be talking about all of that tonight. Sorry, guys, that I have the camera off. I have the camera off for a good reason. I'm a little under the weather. I would love to have the camera on. I actually like going live with the camera on way better. Um, but I just don't feel up to it today. So we're gonna do it with the camera off. But it's gonna be all the way live. We're gonna have a great show. I want you guys to participate and comment, engage in the chat. It always goes super good when you guys do that, right? So hit the like button when you come in, and let's get into it. Um, Let me see, who should I start with first? Hold up a minute. And say hello when you come in here. Don't be rude. Let me know what's up. Who's in here with me? What am I doing? Okay. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Okay. I'm gonna go to my notes, guys. Sorry. It's taking me a little bit, but thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. We're gonna get it all straightened out in just a minute. All right, so when it comes to the David case, as I was saying, there's a lot to it. I'm finding out more and more. There has been some rumblings about Celeste Rivas being with child. I'm trying to find out how true that is or if it's just a rumor. Um, I've been doing a lot of research. I have a video coming for you guys tomorrow with all of the updates. It's so much going on with this. I don't know. I mean, what I've always been trying to figure out is how come people knew where Celeste was, who she was dealing with, because it seems that Celeste had ran away from home a few times and she had actually returned home. So I'm going to update you guys with all of that because I was like, well, how did the parents let their 13-year-old go missing and then, didn't really do anything about it? But apparently there were missing posters. And plus, she lived in, uh, in the Inland Empire. I believe that's San Bernardino County in California. Hey, Mama 3, thanks for tuning in. How are you doing tonight? um, and where she was actually found was Los Angeles County, two big counties in California, both of them really large areas. So I could see how she could be in LA County and no one really knows where she's at. But they knew who she was with from prior times that she went missing, right? So they pretty much, I feel like, knew where she was. Her friends knew where she was. She had a teacher that someone recorded him speaking out about it in a classroom, which I think was highly inappropriate. But I do also remember my teachers growing up talking to us about different things, but I don't know. My body's shutting down too. I'm in bed, M3. I am tired, honey. We've been doing our thing. We've been staying up late, getting up earlier, and we've been on this. We've been streaming. I see I have a few people in here with me. Please hit the like button, and pretty please let me know who you are. I like when you guys tell me, say hi. But yes, M3, that was very inappropriate. I don't think that he should have disclosed that. And then these kids nowadays, they have phones and they record everything. So I wanted to give an accurate update. I didn't want to just put a bunch of different things in a video because the internet is on fire about this case. A lot of people want to know what happened to Celeste. And if David is responsible, a lot of people want him to be arrested. And rightfully so, because for sure we know, Celeste wasn't supposed to be with him. Absolutely, there are a lot of lies and rumors going around M3, but Celeste was not supposed to be with David. He was a grown man. She's only 15 years old. Excuse me, 14. 14 years old. She ran away last year, and it was before her 14th birthday, months before her 14th birthday. And so David would be 21 in March. So David's birthday is in March, and Celeste's birthday is in September. So he's a good 5 years and 6 months older than her. So almost practically 6 years older than her. So here she is, 13 years old, and when she ran away, and David was 19, a legal adult at the time. So I'm gonna update you guys on all of the details. I'm gonna probably. I hope I was working on it today, but hopefully I can get it posted for you guys early tomorrow morning. That's my goal. So after I get some rest, I can finish editing and knock that out for you guys and update you on everything I found out. And it's a lot. Trust me, it is a lot of details. It's a lot of things, so many moving parts in this story, and I know that how everything's turned out is gonna blow up. Okay, because he has a lot of fans that are supporting him right now. A lot of young fans at that are supporting him. Would you believe that he had the highest stream uh, on the 21st, which would have been yesterday, I think, or the 19th? He had the highest amount of streams in his entire career. Now, that could be curiosity, people wanting to hear his music and hear who he is. But whatever the case, I didn't need to listen to his music. I don't know who he is. And I never heard this music before. No need for me to go listen to it. But apparently, people did want to hear his music, or his fans have been streaming his music, or what have you. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and update you all on that in the morning. And there's a lot of surprises that you guys will be shocked to find out. Yeah, they probably want to hear the lyrics. Definitely, probably want to hear the lyrics, because they have been saying that he actually wrote about what happened to her. I mean, it's just a tragedy all around. Beautiful girl, beautiful girl. When you look in the picture, she just at her pictures. She always seems so sad. Like there's something behind her eyes that she's not seeing. She always seems so sad, but she was a beautiful girl, and she deserved to have the opportunity to grow up and experience life. And then she had that taken from her. And then for someone to do her the way they did her after she was already gone, to where she couldn't even have a proper service. It just boggles the mind. And um, I'm interested in this story not only because of how, not just for curiosity's sake, but just as a mother, um, I feel like this story is important. It's important that she gets justice, and it's important that we learn more about what happened and teach our kids about what to avoid as well. So I'll be updating you guys on that in the morning with a new video. Uh, so I just want to tell you guys about that, what's going on with that, in case you were interested as well, and you haven't really had the opportunity to get updated on the case. So moving on from that, um, Stephon, Cardi B's new boo thing, he's already getting caught up. Someone, or one of his former girlfriends, I guess, they exposed some pics of him. And by pics, you know what I mean. Okay? They definitely are going in on Stephon. He probably made some of his old boo things mad because he got this new girlfriend, Cardi B. I don't know. Because they're all saying that he's that guy, if you know what I mean, for a lot of reasons. The girls are in love with him. Yes, that's why she is sprung. They said he puts it down, if you get what I'm saying. So, um, sorry guys, I had to be a mom for a moment. But yes, y'all, let me get to the story. Stephon Diggs gets exposed. They put his phone number out and everything. Well, you got to guess the last four. Um, Text messages, pics, not safe for work pics. And the conversation was just, whoa. Um, they look a little spicy, and they look a little, they make him look a little, But Stephon certainly likes to have his fun. Stephon fun is fine, okay? If you're a woman and you're just breaking up from your husband who's been doing you wrong and making a fool out of you in front of the public, I can definitely see why you would why you would move on with the Stephon. But Stephon is fun, right? And I think that's what, you know, women need to understand. Like, first of all, you don't you don't take your rebound guy serious. Your rebound bound guy is really the guy that's going to help you, who's going to help dry your tears and help you feel a little bit better about yourself and feel a little secure within yourself. But he's not the one that you have a baby by, especially if he already has 3 or 4 women in the process of having this baby too. Like, it's not gonna be good for you in the future. But Cardi said today that she's grown, she knows what she's doing, and she's having fun, and she and Stephon are happy about their baby. Um, okay, that's cool, but um, as moms, when we already have children, we got to think about them too, and we got to think about the fact that if our heart gets broken or if things don't work out with our new relationship, our kids will have to deal with that emotional damage as well. I hope everything works out cool for her and Cardi B and Stephon, but it's already starting to look like that won't be the case. Right, should have got under our own. Right. They hit that M3 exactly. I would have, like I said, um, he's cute. I think he's really handsome, and he's an athlete, and he has body. I mean, he just look. I mean, then he just like stares. He doesn't really have like. I mean, he just has that. That kind. Me, when I like a guy that is kind of like mysterious a little bit. That kind of stares at you and you wonder what he's thinking. Like, I don't like a guy that talks a lot. I don't like all that talking and chit chatting. I like a man that's very interested in me. I like a man that's very attractive. I'm very attracted to handsome men, right? I'm not really attracted to, okay, dark skin, light skin, or I just like men who are masculine, right? And who, when you go walk into a room, it's like he has that male energy. It's not anything soft about him. The girls like him. Anybody that is around him is enthralled with him because men like want to be his friend. The girlies think he's cute, right? I don't know. That's just how I am. But I can, like I said, I can definitely understand why Cardi chose him. But he was already like, he's already been through the girlies, through Hollywood. And guys, this is going to blow your mind, right? So now Cardi's child will be cousins with Future's child, and like Sierra, Future, Bow Wow, and Cardi B will all have children who are related to each other. That's going to be crazy, right? Because Cardi B's child is going to, with Stephon, will be cousins with Bow Wow's baby mama. He has a little girl, Shy, with Joey Chavez, and Joey Chavez has a baby by Stephon Diggs. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you can't keep up, I understand. Um, but let me see. I have the chart. I have a chart. Okay, let me go to it. I try to keep up with these things so I can move fast, but I never do. Bear with me, chat. I hope you guys are having a good night tonight. Where is it? Where's my chart? Okay, there it is. So, is a chart circulating around all in the family. Okay, so Sierra has a child with Future. And remember, she used to date Bow Wow, but they don't have any kids. But Sierra has a child with Future, who has a child with Joey Chavez, who has a child with Bow Wow. So Sierra's child, her son Future, is siblings with Joey's child, okay, that she has with Future. But Joey also has a child with Bow Wow, Sierra's ex. In addition to those two baby daddies, Joey has a child with Trayvon Diggs, who is Stephon Diggs' brother. And remember, Stephon and Cardi are having a new baby, and Cardi has 3 children with Offset. Okay? And then Christian Wood, who plays for the Lakers or used to play for the Lakers, he also has a child, well, Yasmin Lopez, who's probably some Instagram famous chick. And she also has a child with Trayvon Diggs. So, right, it's really confusing. So, all of Hollywood is just intertwined and entangled with one another. And these kids are going to be just as confused when they grow up. And that's what I'm saying. Think about your children and what you're doing because they're going to bear the brunt of your decisions. Have your fun. Do like people used to do. Have fun and let people guess. You know, that's the way things used to go, right? I know when I was growing up, like you would suspect so and so was dating, but children wouldn't really result from it, right? People had more of a people were more responsible when it came with their reproductive system, but at the same time, they were a little bit. Um, I think more women should have had children because a lot of people in before now, right now, today, girlies are more apt to have their babies, and I feel that because a lot of women waited and put their career first, and then they were unable to have children. So I don't knock it. I don't knock you having your baby. Have your baby, but I'm saying before you even get pregnant, make sure that you know who you're having a child with it has more of a possibility of lasting. Yes, you have your money, but at the same time, a broken home is a broken home, whether you're rich or poor. But right, they better not mess around when they get older. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, you know, like you're gonna have to ask, like, mom, is this my cousin? Is that my cousin? Which one of these people is my cousin again? So, yeah. But moving on from that, Cardi just released her album, Am I the Drama, last Friday. I listened to it several times. Upon first listen, I wasn't really impressed. Okay. M3, I know you like it. I know you love you some Cardi. She's a Bronx girly like you, so you got her. She's got your support all the way. And I'll be honest. I'll be honest. The more I listened, the more I found more songs that I liked. Upon first listen, I liked Pick It Up with Selena. I liked Pretty and Petty, the Bia disc. I just like her style on that. I like the beat. The beat is really West Coast. Um, I like the song with Kalani. It's all right. But the video is cute. The video is super cute. I really like that. Let's see. Who else did I like? What else did I like on the album? Uh, I also liked. Mm, which songs did you guys like? Comment below. Which songs did you like? M3, which songs on Cardi's album did you like the most? Yeah, the more you listen, the more it gets catchy. Absolutely. Um, but I still have my same critique and criticism. I feel like the first half of the album is weaker than the second half. I feel like as it goes on, it picks up. I also like that song with Lourdes. It's called On My Back or Put Me on My Back. I like that one too. I hope you remember. That one, I forgot the lyrics, but I like that one too. Put me on my back, put me on my back. Ooh, want it, want it. Ooh. That was a song right there. That one's a song right there. That one right there. I like that one way better than I like the song with Kalani, but I understand why she put it out with Kalani first. Kalani's more known, and that was more of a. I feel like that was more of a second single than the one with Lourdes. But Lourdes is I mean, Put Me on My Back is definitely one of those ones. Also, Everything, she posted that today while she was out signing or doing meet and greets, and I like that one too. I like the album. Um, can I be real? Can I be for real? Can I be for real, for real? Cardi can't rap worth a damn, but the beats are good, and she got a lot of swag on that album. She did okay. She did really good. I like this. I like Am I the Drama more than I liked Invasion of Privacy. That's number one. And I also like Am I the Drama more than I like Nicki's last album. Ooh. Barb's don't get mad, but I feel like Nicki is the better rapper, the stronger rapper for sure. Um, but I wish Nicki had to use better beats in her last album, and I wish she would have had better features in her last album. But A for effort on Nicki's behalf. Nicki also does a lot of poppy sounding songs with her singing. Cardi sings sounds better. Like I couldn't really tell who was who on the track she did with Selena. Cardi has a little cute little voice on her, so I'm gonna give her things. But it seems like her album isn't doing all that well. Um, they said zero songs from her new album made it to the global Spotify chart on the second day of release. Now Spotify, um, I guess they have the majority of listeners, and the Spotify chart normally dictates how well you would do on the Billboard charts for whatever reason. Predictions are usually based on where music sits at on the Spotify charts. You don't know which one is your favorite yet, M3? Bodega Baddies. I like it, but I don't like it enough to just like, oh, turn on Bodega Baddies. Or let me play Bodega Baddies. You know what I mean? It's cute. Um, um, but I don't really understand what she was saying on it. Most of it, I'm like, wait a minute, is she speaking Spanish? I don't speak Spanish, so I wouldn't understand if she was speaking Spanish. But I couldn't tell if she was just not enunciating properly or if she was speaking Spanish. So yeah, and a lot of the album was like that. She needed to go in on those tracks a few more times and really work on her diction. I think before Cardi does any more music, before she tours or whatever, and I get that, she's being authentic and true to herself, but still, you know, singers get vocal coaching all the time. Celebrities get media training all the time. There's nothing wrong with Cardi having some type of diction training. There's nothing wrong with her going in and having someone help her to enunciate the words on the songs. Nothing wrong with that at all. It would bode well for her. Hmm. But Rihanna, the streets are saying, delivered a baby girl. If so, congratulations to Rihanna. She already has two sons, so I'm sure she may or maybe she didn't care. Some people don't really have a preference. I know I did. When I was on my first girl, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a boy this time. I just knew I was, right? Another girl. My third time, I was like, okay, this is my son. I know this is my son, a girl. And I'm just like, oh, H no. I was happy with all my children. I loved all of my children down to the ground, but I was just like, oh no, where's my son? And of course, with my fourth and fifth girl, y'all already know I was mad. Five girls. But really, with my fifth girl, my fifth daughter, I was like, you know what? If I have a son, he won't really fit in because I already got my Barbs. I've been calling my daughters my Barbie dolls since they were very, very young. And so I was like, well, if I have a son, he won't really be a Barbie. So, but yeah, congratulations to Rihanna. I feel like she had her child. I mean, she looked like she was about ready to pop. Gossip in the City is reporting that on her X account, X, formerly Twitter. So you can go over there and check that out if you guys want to see um, what's going on with that. But back to Cardi's album, I switched gears so quick. Let me go back a step. Hits Daily Double is predicting that Cardi, let me see. All of her songs free falled from the top of the charts, and none of them are on the charts. And Hits Daily Double is predicting 120K to 150K in sales. And that's streams, and that is also, uh, that would be streams, and that would also be pure sales put together. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see next week on Tuesday the official Billboard charts releases for the prior week. So it's always a week behind. I guess Friday to Friday, that's how they do it. It used to be on Tuesdays that, people release music, but remember when Beyonce was a smarty pants and released her self-titled album? I still remember today. Remember when she shook the world and just dropped the album out of nowhere? This was like December 13th, 2013. And after she released her album on a Friday, people start doing releases on Fridays. So yeah, now Billboard changed their whole thing. So we'll know next Tuesday where her album landed. Of course, it's already platinum because she added WAP and she added Up. WAP came out in 2020, Up came out in 2021. But WAP and Up did really well for Cardi. They both went platinum. I think they both were number ones for her. So she said, well, WAP and Up deserve a home. They need a home. So she put them on this album. She has 23 songs on this album. That's a lot of songs. Usually nowadays you only get to do like 10, maybe 12 songs on an album. So 23 songs is usually considered a double disc, right? So yeah, um, WAP and Up, because they were platinum hits, that automatically meant that her album is platinum. So she broke the Taylor Swift's record of the fastest album to go platinum. I'm sure Billboard would change that at some point, or it's really a RIA certification. So I don't think it has anything to do with Billboard, but RIAA has certified her album platinum because of the WAP and the additions to the album. So yes, we will see how things go moving forward for Cardi's album. I'm wishing her much success. She has 3.5 babies with the addition of her new bundle of joy. So she needs her coins. So you Cardi fans, absolutely go out and buy her album. Support a sister, okay? And yeah, so we'll see. Um, that album, Am I the Drama, will be number one though, as she will have her second number one album, which is good. Um, Everybody is selling low. Everybody, yeah, that is really long. But I think it's only like 70 minutes. People come out with these songs nowadays, and I mean, they make these songs for TikTok. The TikTok audience, they can't really sit still for longer than a minute. So a lot of songs are no more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is crazy. Let me look up Cardi's album. Let me see for sure how many minutes. Okay. It doesn't tell. Okay, it's 1 hour and 11 minutes. Most albums are under 60 minutes, so that is a little bit longer. Um, a lot of her songs are under 3 minutes. Bodega Baddie is only 1 minute and 45 seconds. Um, but yeah, a lot of her songs sit around the 2 minute mark. But she has a variety. She has a lot of songs that are 3 and 4 minutes. So yeah, I think it's a decent body of work. I can't give it a 10 because I've heard way better. I can't give it a 9 or an 8. I gotta give it like a 6. Hey, Letitia Roberts, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Smooth. I'm a 10 too, Smooth. And yes, you are a 10. How was work today? I haven't seen you in my neck of the woods. You missed my pajama party too, Smooth. We was turned up. And I gave away prizes. So, yeah, you missed out. But I still have it up. And Yo Yo, she did the after party. The after party was really, we was on when we was up. I think it was 5 o'clock their time. Oh my gosh, I'm still tired. I still haven't got enough sleep since then. Yo, like, I don't know. I really feel like I was at the club, and I didn't even get to have a drink or none of that. But Chad, if you wasn't at the slumber party, let me tell you, you missed out on a good time. Go check out my pajama party live. It's still up. I'm sure we had some moments that if we went back and listened, we'd cringe, but it was all good. We played trivia. We had fun. I'll be doing more things like that, like game nights moving forward with you all. And I'll also be giving out more cash prizes. I can't wait for that. Probably it would probably only for be for my members only though. Like we'll have a game night, and you have to be a member of my channel. And I don't think I'm going to charge a lot for my memberships, um, but you'll have to be a member because, you know, when we have things like pajama parties, I feel like they get a little bit, and some people might, you know, get judgmental, but I feel like if it's private, then people let their hair down a little bit more, and plus, it can be more contained, and we don't have to feel like we're just so on display. Work with smooth, smooth. That's what's up. That is what's up. You definitely had to have your own live. When I don't know what you're waiting for. All you have to do is go live. You already know we're gonna show up and show out. You already know that. So all you got to do is just do it. I don't know what you're waiting for. You're always on other people's lives. You're always supporting other people. Even if you don't turn your camera on, just go ahead and go with it. But chat, did you check out Cardi's new album? And if so, what's your favorite track? Before I move on to the next topic. It's the first day of fall, and I'm gonna tell you, like even this weekend, starting on Friday, it's been feeling like fall already. I thought maybe Sunday was gonna be fall, the first day of fall, but it was actually today. Today is the official first day of fall. They officially have the pumpkin pies out of McDonald's. Y'all, I want a pumpkin pie so bad. I really want a pumpkin pie so bad. I want a pumpkin pie, and I want some chai tea, and I want to put on my Uggs and my sweater. It's still kind of warm for a sweater, but I still want to do it. And I just want to go sit in Starbucks and just be comfy and cozy like I do in the winters, and like, you know, do my work at Starbucks. I don't know, I just like stuff like that, but I've sworn off chai tea and I've sworn off sweets for now. For now. But the only thing about McDonald's pumpkin pies, they only come around for fall. You would think they would stay until like Christmas, right? But no, the the pumpkin pies come out right for fall, and they stay maybe until Thanksgiving, and then right away they start with that Christmas pie crap. And who likes those Christmas pies at McDonald's? Ugh, you gotta try it. You know, they don't have them everywhere. They don't have them everywhere, but they are really good. They kind of remind me, and I don't like pumpkin, or at least I didn't think I liked pumpkin pie, but I guess I do like it a little bit, you know. But it has like a cream cheese. side and the pumpkin pie side. And that little shell, that little crust is super good. But if you try it, think of me and eat one for me. Because I'm gonna, but you're eating clean too, aren't you, M3? Um, I'm not gonna indulge in anything like that until the next year. So I need to stop talking about those type of things. But I do want one. If I was gonna give in for anything, it would be one of those. But yes, Chloe Bailey was on live, y'all. And let me give a little backstory. You guys know who DDG is. He's a streamer, very popular streamer on YouTube. And he and Halle Bailey have their child, Halo. Well, unfortunately for the young couple, and remember when I said about fun? Like Holly and DDG were having fun, but they were also toxic behind the scenes. We found out a lot of different threats and a lot of self harm ideation, just craziness was going on between these two. She made accusations that he put his hands on her. He accused her of putting her hands on him, and then they have a baby in between, right? But from their text messages, it looks like DDG wanted to pull away even before the baby was born, and she couldn't decide if she wanted to have the child or not. Even made an appointment to go and terminate the baby, right? Even follow through with the first steps. So these two were really like going through a lot behind the scenes that we weren't, privy to. And we shouldn't have. This is their private lives, but that's how things go when you're a celeb. People start mudslinging and start using the media to get their side out, and then we start finding out all the information. But they were young, and what they should have been sticking to was having fun. He has his career as a streamer. That's what he does. He's a streamer, right? And I think that was a lot of the issues. She didn't like all the time that he spent on streaming. She wanted to control when the child would be on streams or when their child would be on social media. However, when she wanted to put the child on social media, she would do so until the judge told them both, don't put the child on the social media, neither one of you. And so she had got a restraining order on DDG so that he couldn't see his child at his leisure. And I believe DDG also got a restraining order against her. A lot of mudslinging, a lot of allegations being thrown around, a lot of revealing them text messages. And I just want to know, why would DDG think it's okay to show up on her sister's TikTok chat? Right. He said we knew they were breaking up when she had the baby and they were vacationing. Right. A lot of people didn't see it for Hallie and him. They didn't think that DDG was good enough for her because here she was with her star on the rise as a Little Mermaid, and she's pregnant. She's hiding the pregnancy the whole way throughout because she has this big movie coming out, right? And that's another thing. Like, I understand a woman's prerogative to decide when she's going to have a child, but like I said, in the 90s, this didn't happen. You didn't, even right now, if you are going to have a big box office movie hit the streets, why would you pick that time to have a child? And I feel like these girls nowadays, like, they are just saying, whatever, I'm going to do whatever I want to with whomever I want to. And everybody can see that it's a train wreck waiting to happen. And then when it doesn't work out, then they don't want the father to see the kid. They want restraining orders. And if that's necessary, if he's really harming you and the child, then, so be it. But why would you just, why would you go that far with it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Smooth, why you want to fight? Chill, bro. Why you want to fight? Right, it has to be fair, but she didn't want him to. Halle Bailey didn't want DDG to be able to see the child. She doesn't want. She only wants him to have supervised visitation. She doesn't want him to stream the child. I mean, she's real bitter, and she knew he wasn't gonna hurt that child. She knows he's not gonna hurt that child, and I feel like he did some things and she did some things, but I feel like they should have come to a better resolution than what they did. You know, with the courts and all that. However, as well, DDG is very immature because, like I said, why would you go to her sister's TikTok live and then start sending her little gifts and things like that? And he made her sister feel very uncomfortable. And I already know they're going to go to the court, and now he's going to be have a restraint. Now they're going to have a DDG. Now they're going to put a restraining order on him that says he can't contact her family either. And rightfully so, because first of all, if Hallie has a restraining order against you, her family's not cool with you. Like at all. What would make you think the family would be cool with you? And my sister has said you attacked her. Even if it's true or not, my sister wants nothing to do with you. Why would you think it'd be cool to come to my chat? That's super weird. And so when people start doing things like that, and there's allegations, I tend to start believing the allegations. Like I gave him a benefit of the doubt because I saw the text messages that Hallie sent to him. And I felt like Hallie was just bitter, right? But then when he starts playing games like this, then I can see why Hallie is pissed at him. He doesn't take anything serious. Leave that girl's family alone. They don't like you either. She don't like you. You hurt her. They don't like you either. Well, if you had my family, they might still like you because my family's like that. If I'm talking to somebody and I don't like them no more and I break up with them, they will still talk to them. Like my family goes out of their way to talk to people I don't like. It's like they can't wait to be friends with somebody that I no longer associate with, or to connect with somebody who I stopped dealing with for whatever reason. And I don't care what reason it is. It could be something major and really bad. I mean, it could be that person really did something to me that was really messed up. And my family would still talk to them. So, but this is not about me. Let me focus. Let me get focused for real, for real. Ooh, I gave up that trauma. I gave up that trauma. Um, But yeah, I don't think that's the case with Hallie and Chloe. They are very close, almost like they are twins. And you already know, Chloe does not give. I'm putting up with anything like that when it comes to my sister. It's up with Chloe when it comes to Hallie. It's all the way up. So why would DDG think that he could go to her social media and get any type of leeway? I don't know. I don't understand that. That was weird. And if the court sanction you, DDG, you deserve it. If you get further restrictions placed on you with the restraining order stuff, you had it coming because you shouldn't have been bothering that girl or her peoples. Let the courts handle everything and get your visitation and move on. But yeah, so that was that on that. Yeah, she got uncomfortable, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she ended the live. Mm-hmm. I believe that's what happened. She got very uncomfortable and ended up ending the live. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that article so I can read that to you. Actually, that's not where it's at. Let me go to the neighborhood talk. That's where I saw the story at. Um, let's go to their page. Okay. Let me see. And that Officer Norm. Remember Officer Norm? He was really big around the pandemic time. Um, he just retired from the station. Looks like he hit his wife and she called the police. Yeah. But yes, he sends the gun.
Starburst does. I was sick. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I have popped a couple pink starbursts in my time.
Like she sees him.
Skittles have no gelatin. But Starburst does. I was sick. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I have popped a couple pink starbursts in my time. Anyways, so any any chlorophyll, even with gelatin.
So DDG sent her one of those money guns, and then she just stops, like dead in her tracks. She just stops and freezes and becomes flustered. How much is a money gun worth? And she just looks like, anyways, like she is so disgusted that he would even think to even be on her page. Like, we talked about that the other night, M3. I know how to stalk a page. Okay, I know how to be incognito, right? I will stalk somebody's page without any qualms, no reservations, none of that. Yeah, she was very uncomfortable. And I can, honey, they are already, their attorney, Hallie's attorneys have already, this happened over the weekend. Today is Monday. As soon as that courthouse opened, her attorneys were already at that courthouse filing papers to keep him away from her sister's social media. I do not doubt it at all. I don't doubt it, not one bit. You know what I'm saying? And I was on his side a little bit after he released those messages and showed how possessive and how cray cray Hallie could get. You know, these young girls, they get with these guys. And like I said, it's fun. Ladies, if you're listening, teenagers, if you're listening, if you're checking me out on the replay, tell your daughters, tell your nieces, know the difference between Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong, because you know the red flags. You know when somebody's wrong for you. But Mr. Fun could seem like he's the best thing that ever happened to you. He could seem like, oh, your dream come true. And the whole time, he's just that person that you're meant to have fun with. You're not supposed to fall in love with him. He's always that one that you have fond memories of, right? Like you guys have a great time, you enjoy each other, you love spending time together, but he's not serious. He's cute, he's handsome, he's good in all the areas where you want him to be good, but he's not permanent, right? Because you're probably not the only girl he's seeing. You're probably not the only one he's dating. So you date this guy, you have fun with him, and you carry on. But you know he's not yours alone. You don't try to tie down fun because guess what? Then it doesn't become fun. Once it's permanent and you are committed and all that, it becomes boring. Fun is not boring. Fun is not a commitment. Fun is not baby daddy. Fun is not husband. Fun is not somebody that's going to be a permanent person in your life. And I hope Hallie has come to understand that because you see people like Summer Walker who likes to have fun, and she likes to have a lot of fun. I think she's finally starting to get, listen, you don't bring fun home around your children. You don't present fun on social media. You have fun. And nobody knows you're with fun. That's another thing. Like your fun boy, he doesn't come on social media. You don't post him. Because when you do, guess what happens? You get embarrassed. You get embarrassed by fun boy because Somebody's gonna jump in your inbox and be like, I know him. That's such and such's man. And it ain't her man either. She just think he's her man because he spent time with her and had a lot of fun with her too. And guys, if you know you just want to have fun, let the ladies know in no uncertain terms, do you want a relationship with him? But like I said, sometimes fun can seem like that because he's such a good guy. Like he's attentive, he knows all the things that you like, all the stuff you like to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I was saying, you would think that fun boy is the one because he does everything right because he's having fun with you. And the reason why he's doing everything you like is because you're not committed to him. You're not his wife. You guys don't have kids together. So make sure you always do what you got to do as a woman to protect yourself. Feel me? Because you don't want no static. And you don't want to end up one of them ones that finds out the hard way what fun is supposed to be. Give me a second, guys. Don't go nowhere. Let me know if you ever had a fun boy before and how it worked out in the chat. And y'all, give me some likes. Give me some highs, some hellos in the chat. M3 holding me down by herself. I done had some fun before and found out the hard way. Shoot, I bet you I know now. I bet you I know now. And how do you know the difference? You know the difference because a man would tell you straight up, I want you to be my woman. I want you to do this. I want you. If he's never told you that, then deal with him accordingly. And one more second, guys. Sorry, I got a phone call. Hello? Oh, I'm talking about hello. You guys aren't on my phone. So, yeah, now that you have a lesson in fun, handle yourselves accordingly. But Hallie didn't have any business having a baby with DDG. She should have kept it P, had her fun, but now she has that beautiful boy. And I just hope that those two can come to a resolve and let bygones be bygones, heal from their emotions, and move on and don't put that little baby in the middle of their mess. Um, they made the mistakes. He didn't. They made the bad choices. He didn't. And I'm not saying that he was one of them, but trying to play house and neither of them was ready for that was the wrong move. But they're young, right? We can understand when somebody is young. And I just hope neither of them continues to do that sort of thing, right? And we don't want to hold celebrities to a higher standard when the majority of us are making similar mistakes. They're human too, right? I just feel like social media just puts so many things on the spotlight nowadays. Like everything is everybody's business, and if you have any bit of notoriety, you could just be like Instagram famous, and people know all of your business, and it's scary, right? Like if you are a TikToker or YouTube, like that guy Duke Dennis, he's a streamer as well. I believe him and DDG and Kai Sanat, they're all cool. But all of a sudden it came out that he had 5 children by 4 or 5 different women. And Some of the women were saying he wasn't taking care of his kids. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I just remember bits and pieces of it. But my point is, everybody knew his business. And for a long time, people were like, I didn't know he had children. They didn't even know he had children. But one day, one of his baby mamas got mad and blasted him. So, if you are famous and you got a little bit of cheese, you got a little bit of bread, keep the people in your life happy so they don't come on. Yeah, so moving on from those two, blessings to Holly and DDG. Hopefully they get it together, as I said before, and yeah. But I think my last story tonight is gonna be Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel had his show snatched from up under him by execs over there on ABC, Disney, whatever it is. They took his show because he dared to make a joke about Charlie Kirk. Now, the joke itself wasn't really about Charlie Kirk. It was really about President Trump. It wasn't really about Kirk. And I guess if somebody just passed away, you don't want to make certain jokes about them. But I'm sure Jimmy Kimmel and comedians have all made jokes about the situation, right? And but honey, he made that joke, and they were pissed off. It's like they went all out uh, for this Charlie Kirk guy. Ugh, it was a lot. Yeah, his show is coming back because they lost billions in dollars over there at ABC. They lost billions when they took that show because a lot of people were like, wait a minute. This Charlie Kirk guy is no better than anybody else. Everybody gets jokes. That's number one. And number two, the joke, while some could see it in poor taste, it wasn't about Charlie. The joke wasn't about him, but I could see how someone might feel a way about that. I can understand that, but um, maybe a talking to behind the scenes, maybe, hey, you cutting it close. And this guy, Charlie, he's beloved by millions and he has a lot of fans. And so we don't want to offend anybody. And he could have came back and was like, you know what? Although I didn't have a joke with him in it, just the mere fact that I mentioned his name, I can see how it would have offended someone, and I would like to apologize for that. But to take his show was inappropriate. And it looks like he's going to return to airwaves Tuesday. Um, I'm trying to find an older story on it. Um, Let me see. Hold on, guys. But listen, it says, and he won't apologize. He will not apologize or anything. And I don't blame him because he's a comedian. Um, I don't feel like he has anything to apologize for per se, but maybe in the future he wants to be not just with Charlie Kirk, with anybody who has lost their life. Maybe he wants to be more sensitive, especially when it's so new. But they said it's saying that they lost about 2% of their stock price, reducing their value by 4+ billion over the past 5 days. A lot of people unsubscribed from Hulu and other Disney subscriptions. So They really felt it. Plus 400 celebrities, including Regina King and a lot of others, signed a letter, saying, "Hey, we disagree with what you did to Jimmy." People were upset. People were upset. The public was upset. It seems that I don't know, but I don't know if they considered that this would upset people, that you took this man's show, like you basically censored him. It was an inappropriate joke, but the way they took it, just snatched it from up under him, seemed more like censorship. Like you're trying to take away what somebody's saying. Maybe you don't renew his contract, and like I said, maybe you give him um, a slap on the hand and say, "Hey, in the future, you don't do stuff like that." And we're not trying to censor you, but we don't want to look like we're being insensitive during this time. Right? A lot of people stopped watching Disney and canceled Hulu. Yeah, Disney owns Hulu as well as they own a couple of other channels too. Right. That's what. Yeah, that's what they hired them for, to tell those colorful jokes. So, I don't understand why there was a big issue when Jimmy did it. Everybody was making jokes, and the joke was really at Trump's expense. But it looks like Trump was pissed off and wanted him off the airwaves and made a few phone calls, and just like that. But listen, you see how the people spoke up? You see how the people reacted instantly and showed them how they felt by taking their money away? We need to start doing that more when it comes to causes, even for Charlie. Do you see how so many people went to bat for him? Like, I saw somebody say today, I'm going to say who it was, Peach McIntyre. She said, "Oh, I love to see when somebody could be buried in a week and not have to do a car wash or a GoFundMe." Charlie, his wife, I'm sure had insurance for him. He was worth millions. He could not have needed anything, right? Very popular guy. He's been making money for a long time. He didn't need anything. However, his GoFundMe roll made $4 million. $4 million. Okay? So, um, and that's because he had a base. That's because he had a lot of people who backed him and supported his movement. When you support a movement, that's how you show up for the person that you support. You put your money where your mouth is, and he had a lot of people that were um, traumatized by what happened to him. A lot of people who were his friends and his family. They put the flag at half mast for him and declared, I think, is it October 14th, national recognition of him, a memoriam or something of him, a civilian, right? They went all out for him. The Trump base, they all went all out for him, and that's the way you got to do when you support a cause, or when you support someone's movement. You got to go all out, and you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to show up and vote. You got to write letters. You got to sign petitions and all of that. A lot of people are all talk and no action, as well as sensitive M3s. People are definitely sensitive these days, and they people can't really handle, they can't handle taking a joke and things like that. They can't handle, but I can understand, like, if I just lost my loved ones, I don't want you joking about them in front of millions of people either. But it's done. It's done. And so we can't single out things that are being done for only certain people. We have to do it across the board. We have to say, this is insensitive and it's not going to be tolerated, and it's not okay when it happens to everyone. I think that was the issue. Like, we can't just say, because a joke was made in this instance, that we're going to go balls out and we're going to hold people accountable for making these type of jokes. We need to do this all the time, right? Like when George Floyd When that happened with him, it was so many jokes being made. It was so many lies being told, even on reputable news station or so-called reputable news stations. It was so much being said about him. Right, that's a lot of politics. Um, I don't have a problem with people supporting him. That was who they believed in. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Jimmy being held, with him getting a warning, or being told, hey, that wasn't in good taste for you to make that joke, and maybe you want to give an apology for that. However, I do have a issue with him having his show snatched away instantly when he's made colorful jokes in the past about some of everybody. Like, hold him accountable for everybody, not just one person. That's the thing. And two, it felt too much like censorship, and that was the whole point of what happened with Charlie. Someone doing that to him because they didn't like his movement, they didn't like what he stood for. I talked about this last week. It doesn't matter if you don't like somebody or what they say or what they stood for. You don't have a right to just snuff them out because you don't agree with them. Turn off the TV, don't listen to them. That's what we have the right to do, is not support people when they don't fall in line with our morals and values. We stop supporting them, and that will hurt them too. When you stop supporting someone, if enough people stop supporting people they don't like, or stop engaging with them, then their behavior will change. Yeah, a lot of people did stop going to Target too. They felt it. They felt it. They lost billions of dollars too because they stopped their DEI practices. But at the same time, I was at Target this weekend. I posted a short video of their Hispanic heritage. Is it Hispanic heritage awareness, or I forget what it's called, y'all. But they had, but they had a little section for that. I felt like it should have been bigger, and they should have had more stuff. Now, is Hispanic heritage? Let me see, because that's one thing I didn't understand. Is it ending? Because if it's ending, I could see why they didn't have much. Okay. Okay, so it's just getting kicked off. That's what it was. And I was just in the store on the 19th, and maybe everything wasn't put out. But guys, Target has a nice Hispanic Heritage month section. They have cute clothes, nice graphic tees, and all of that. And you can check that out on one of my latest videos. Yes, it's from September 15th through October 15th. Yes. Were you aware of it? Because I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't aware of it. But I'm glad that they have it for Latinos. Um, we all should have our month. Everybody gets a month. You didn't know about it? Yeah. Like LGBTQ, they get June for Pride Month. Um, I don't know who else gets a month. I think Asian Heritage gets a month. I think most people get a month. But I just found out about Hispanic, National Hispanic American Heritage Month. I just found out about it. hmm But yes, guys, I just want to let you know I'm very grateful for all of the support I've been getting. My views are up, my watch hours are up. I'm very appreciative of it. I have a lot of good content coming your way. I'm switching things up a little bit over here. I have some videos coming that I'm working on. I'm trying to improve my editing and just up my video game a little bit more so I can get better quality, longer videos. I will also be branching off my channel, and I won't. be having any probably more personal videos over here. I'll probably eventually take down the ones that I do have and just probably put them on private. But I'll start like with the shopping content on another channel. I got to start that channel really soon. But that's what I'll be doing, and you guys can support me on the other channels if you would like. Especially now that it's going to be Christmas season, I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping and a lot of product reviews and showing you guys what's out there for those of you who want to save money this Christmas season. And even if you don't have a lot of money, right? Or all of you who are going to be shopping for your children, or you just want to know, like maybe you don't have children, but maybe you've been wanting to get a new TV or you need some things for your house. I'm going to keep you aware of all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you where to find the best finds and the best deals on my new channel. So I'll be doing that real soon and let you guys know. Probably once I build up some content over there, I'll start doing that. I actually have some content for it now that I may or may not post over there, my latest shopping content. Because it ain't doing nothing over here. Y'all don't want to hear my shopping content. So I'm going to stop posting it. But other than that, please continue to support and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And if you have, I thank you so much. I hope that you are pleased with the content as of late. Also, my email is in my profile. So if you have any tips, comments, or suggestions that you would like me to see, please email me. I'm not sure which email I have up there, but it should work. And you can email me anonymously as well. You don't have to tell me your name. Use one of your fake email profiles and send those comments, tips, and suggestions. And that's about all, guys. I had a fun with you guys tonight. I'm going to get me some sleep because I'm about to fall asleep right now. M3, you was right. I went to fall asleep at 6 o'clock today, 6 p.m. Western. I mean, 6 p.m. Pacific. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I hung in there. Guys, thank you so much. God bless. Much love. You guys have a good night.